Commentary as a genre was such an enigma to me because of how effective it was for building an audience, and I was immediately inspired. You can basically say what is on your mind whilst having your amateur-esque Counter-Strike or Overwatch gameplay playing in the background, and occasionally put up a picture to represent a point you're making. Or just download a video and let it play, and when something pops up, you make your funny remarks. This is the lowest form of commentary on YouTube, and I like to call it daily commentary. Really, all you require to do this is a working desktop computer, the 450 rand microphone you bought off Take-A-Lot that will occasionally buzz in the background, and no matter how many voice filters you put on it, remnants of the buzzing will still be heard. Steam, OBS, a free editing software, don't you dare use iMovie for the iPad you plebeian, and a nice popular topic to go over. I mean, daily commentary is nice since it's very informal. You're engaged in the conversation with someone because the informality makes it casual and not that much writing goes into it. All you really need to do is have notes on what you want to talk about and then speak fluently for a few minutes. Then, when you get to the editing stage, you don't need to do anything fancy. Just remove your breathing, slap on the gameplay, split a playhead a few times, insert your clips and images, and you're good to go. The low effort nature makes it so easy to get into and just about anybody could do it, but there are very large issues that may come with these types of commentary channels. Since a lot of the time they cover what is popular, you need to be the first one to cover it, since food isn't best when food's not hot in it. So while you were getting your 2 hours of Terraria gameplay, HardyDar42069 already got his/her/their Minecraft parkour footage and slapped together a 10-minute video covering the latest episode of Which Adult Male Showed Their Wiener to the Kindergartner. Tune in next time for our one-time special episode titled Which Adult Female Tried to... You get the point. This rushed nature causes one big issue, and this is impulsivity. Sometimes when someone is the host of an episode of WAMSTWTTK, they tend to pick sides extremely early when someone could be innocent. But this person had irrefutable evidence showing how bad they were. I know, right? That evidence may be damning, but one thing should be considered in all sides of drama, and that is the other side of the story. Once new evidence comes to light, they could potentially do two things. Cover the story objectively whilst still having some sense of subjectivity in their report on the situations at hand, or they walk in with the bowler, keep the fielding tight, walk in and not give the other side space to respond by throwing more damning accusations at them, just because the public arguments that everybody in the fan base is agreeing with at the time is to rail on that person. Really, a lot of the time people just say the same thing over and over and over and over again, basically saying, this person isn't an ally, they're being a non-ally. Get them! But don't actually do that since it's technically harassment, but still, get them! I mean, there really isn't any room for creativity other than how you present your report on a story. But, I mean, things that happen in the real world happen, and you can't change or interpret them in any other way. There are no other deeper meanings to them other than the consequences of people's actions and the truth, which is a section I plan to go into later. For now, let's take a step up the commentary ladder. We now cross into the bi-weekly plus form of commentary. Now, for this form of commentary, you can basically give yourself a bit of an upgrade. You can get a better computer, better microphone, still keep Steam and OBS, and get more features in a paid-for editing software than you did in your old one. I mean, the old setup before is fine, but not the most optimized for bi-weekly plus commentary. Now, to preface this, I would like to say no form of commentary is better than the other. You just need the personality to sell your platform for you. Anyways, although you may have the same requirements from before, but slightly better, there is a lot more required for bi-weekly plus. Firstly,
you will need to sacrifice your kidneys to the blood god so that you may stay up until 2 AM just to finish a 5-minute segment of your video.
Or you could just get an editor to go through all that pain for you. All you need to do is do the research, write your script, record it, send the recordings, and make sure you can supply them with ZA when they're done. Speaking of money, this form of commentary may require a few more investments. One being an avatar that you will display whenever you are talking and don't need to be presenting any images. You can commission them from many talented artists, or you could save money and rely on your own artistic skills. What are you doing here, old DumiLumLum? I'm here to be in a scripted cameo appearance. What's your deal? I'm kind of in the middle of something, so could you take yourself somewhere else? Fine, but not because you told me to. There are many other skills to adapt. Like I said, you could do all the researching and writing for a video, but you'll need to work on your craft. Be a bit more profound in your analysis. The term shooting for the edit should become the norm to you. Sure, you may take it up a notch, but you need to show your viewers why what you make matters. Definitely, a lot more effort is required and you need to be able to give your maximum, but that's what makes Bi-Weekly Plus great. It's a grind that feels so rewarding when you finally get to export all that effort you put into a... Damn it! Besides being more reliant on photo processing software and editing software being cooperative, I think Bi-Weekly Plus is the perfect balance for anyone trying to get into commentary very seriously. You're much more prone to gaining more perspective through your research, expressing yourself in your writing, trying new things to maximize your or your editor's editing software's capabilities instead of just doing the simple picture overlay and the blur effect. Your skills and knowledge on what you are talking about are really put to the test, and it is so wonderful finding individuals who are very intellectual and use what they have acquired over the years to tell you why something is magnificent, why something is subpar, and why something is a complete train. Again, I will say none is better than the other. Yes, I may be blown away by amazing visuals and editing in a Bi-Weekly Plus video, with carefully structured essays, but it's also very hard to beat a chill daily video where someone reacts to something weird that they found so that they can share it with people and make everyone laugh. Now remember that thing I said about the truth? Well, that is the most important part of being a commentary channel. The truth is what makes you credible, and could ultimately end up being the be-all and end-all of your existence as a commentary YouTuber. You can't just go and lie about someone because honestly, what makes this the scariest niche on YouTube is your influence. You are obviously going to find people who have no interest in looking deeper into the information you find. You are their primary source for enlightenment or information. Once you become their primary source, you become the justification for the argument. I don't believe you because blank said so. Commentary isn't just talking about your favorite movie or reporting on drama. When critiquing something, you need to be able to justify how you interpreted it by giving evidence from what you were analyzing, and the same should be said about drama. It's definitely okay to theorize what the truth could possibly be when there isn't enough substantial evidence, but don't convince yourself that your headcanon is canon until something comes to light. But when you don't do that, people could take your incorrect word over something and could potentially send harmful messages to people, telling them to off themselves, creating harassment campaigns to get someone removed from the site unjustly. You need some form of careful craft when it comes to serious topics, otherwise stuff like nonce allegations could be seen as some internet drama if we keep misconducting ourselves in this manner. I would also like to say that it's okay to be wrong sometimes, just deny yourself if it happens. Apologize, get better. Some things aren't that deep, trust me. Everyone is capable of learning from their mistakes, but you just have to be willing to do so. Many factors came into me making this video, one being Nux Taku's video on the YouTube algorithm, and the other being the entire John Swan debacle. I don't want to explain the details, just watch Hardly TBS's videos explaining how he was affected by everything in this situation. What I wanted to say is that honestly, I wanted him to be innocent since he had been so defensive. He is usually one of the most credible people on the internet, but like I said, everybody can be wrong. You just have to be willing to admit it. I kept this fact at the back of my mind, hoping that I was right, but things turned out differently. It was very sad to see someone cancelled over lying so much about something that wasn't that deep, and it hit me hard enough to make this. I hope you were all enlightened. To close things off, I want to give any up-and-coming commentary YouTubers 2 golden rules. Number 1, tell the truth, and 2, be yourself and build a relationship with your audience. Don't only cover popular stuff. Tell your audience how something made you feel because they'll be able to relate. Hamagahle, and before you go, I have a little something special. I just know it's going to be very, very embarrassing in the production process. No, it is not going to be very embarrassing in the production process because it's not going to happen at all. I was going to do a song, but I could not do the acapella for the life of me. Sorry about that.
Woo, damn, hurry, woo. Diamond flurry, woo. Taking my money, woo. Woo, yeah, hurry.